Speaking of LA, I thought they would have folded by now when you left them, but
Yeah, me too. But
that's not the case. Are you surprised that they've put themselves, from September, October to today into a position where we can honestly look at this team and say, yeah, they can contend now?
Well, they're very deep, and I will give my friend Martinet. I mean, obviously, there's still some players I'm very proud that I was responsible for drafting there that have come around, like Tempe and a lot of the decor. But Martinetti and his staff have provided a lot of bullets for Blakey over this rebuild tenure, and you've got to give him credit. I mean, it's not so much. I mean, obviously, it took a lot of nads to make the quick trade, right? And it's filled holes. Korpisalo and Gavrikov have gone in and did a wonderful job. But I mean, you got to tip your cap for the Fiala fit. He's added a couple of other players along the ways that, have allowed him to kind of filter that youth in. Now, Byfeld, who's kind of like forever, it's like how you pass on Stützle for Byfeld. And you might still be able to but you're starting to see what Byfeld's starting to evolve into with his size as he grows into his body. And they're a hard team to play against. And you got to give Todd McClellan, because there's a buy-in, and what you're starting to see now is for a couple years there, Drew Doughty was off because he just hates to lose, and now you're starting to see the fire burn again there. Kopitar's always had it. So it's almost like there's a couple teams now that you look at, Kipper, that really you see Boston evolve around that core and take another shot with that core, right? Like with the Marchand group since their cup time. And then you see some of these, Chicago was able to build around that core and come back and still be competitive. Now there's obviously a fall off, but that was our core when we won. Obviously some great leaders, but they've been able to draft well and now come back. Well, that core still is not past their prime and take another shot at it. And the West is wide open. I mean, I'm still in awe that you would start a season with Jonathan Quick and Cal Peterson and somehow find a way to come out with Phoenix Copley and Korpisalo and be up for the division championship. But you just got to tip your cap because they played very well around those guys. And again, it's not like you're looking at them saying, if like Phoenix Copley, these guys are starting, like these teams are in critical positions, like Edmonton in a season you have to win, and you got a guy making his first start in the playoffs, right? I believe anyways, it's Skinner's first start. And there's so many guys hinging unproven goaltenders that really, really need success. And it's been a strange year goaltending wise, but tip your hats to the guys there in LA, because there's a strong group that he's done a lot of that stuff without getting rid of some of the bullets that are still very valuable in the organization below that if they want to, add some talent down the road. They're very deep.